Swiggity swag, what's in the bag? Jay here, finally bringing you guys the My Hero Academia Smash Rising guide here on the channel. I said I was gonna make a guide for this video, for this game, my bad. I was gonna make a guide for this game when I finally learned a good enough about the game to where I can make a guide. And so here I am. Also, someone reminded me to make a guide, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way, just so you know it's there for people that want to learn how to play this game for whatever reason, because it just seems like everybody hates this game. And so I'm really surprised that people still want this guide, but people want the guide, so I'm here today to give you guys that. So before I begin, let me go ahead and say that this is probably gonna be a long video, so definitely sit back and just chill, watch, listen, whatever it is. If I mess up, I apologize, but there's a lot to go over. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the menus and just talk about everything and talk about what each thing is, if I know what it's for. If I don't know what it's for and you know what it's for, let me know in the comments below and all the good stuff. But I hope this video does help you guys out when it comes to learning about this game. If it does, do not forget to Detroit smash that like button down below to show your support in the description below. Be sure to check out the Smash Rising Discord and Twitter, especially the Discord, so you can stay up to date with the game, get help with the game, and all that good stuff. It is definitely a great place to be if you're trying to learn about this game. In the comments below, let me know if this tutorial helped you guys out. Let me know if you still play the game, or if you hate this game and you want Smash Tap back, let me know that, because a lot of people like to let me know about Smash Tap as well, because they really enjoy Smash Tap, and so did I. But here we are with Smash Rising. So like I said before, I'm going to go through all the menus and basically just talk about everything and talk about what each thing is for, if I know what it's for. And if I don't know what it's for, then we'll just go from there. I'll just be like, yeah, I don't know what this is, so I'm sorry. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Also, if you're new around here and you like this game and you want to see more gachas from me, consider hitting that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss another upload here on the channel. So let's go ahead and jump in. I have my headphones on today, and that's mainly because I had to transfer my account to my PC, because I know that this video is going to be really long and my phone will try to cut it off after about 4 gigs, so I'm not going to do that. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and click on the top menu up here, and so I'm going to talk about what I feel is important. So the things that I think are important, first of all, is, well, this right here, the top left, no, the top right, my bad, the top right is basically your friend list. So if you see the 2 purple arrows, that means you 2 are friends, I'm going to assume. And then if you see the arrow going out, that means that you sent out a friend request and they have yet to respond it. But if there's a purple arrow, if there's a purple double arrow, then that means that you 2 are friends. This over here, I think this over here has all your friends on it, and this over here has your friends plus outgoing request or incoming request as well. So if there was an incoming request, then there'll be an arrow pointing to the left instead of the right. So that's kind of important, just kinda. So let's see, if we go to this menu here, this shows you all of your items that you have. It shows you all your little juices, all your sodas and everything. It shows you all your, basically literally everything that you have. It just shows you right there. If we go here to this menu is pretty important. So this option right here is actually your graphics settings. So you can set it to low, you can set it to average, or you can set it to high. I feel like for a lot of people, average or low would be your best option, just because of the way the game is kind of heavy. So definitely try to run it on average, and if you can't run it on average, run it on low. And if you still can't run it on low, then you might need to get a new phone, and that's or get an emulator on your computer. That's what I'm using right now for this video. I recommend Nox, N-O-X, because it's really good. It's never failed me. So there you go. And then this down here is basically your push notifications. So basically when the game is closed, it'll let you know that, like, oh, there's a cross crisis event going on, or your stamina is full and you can play the game again, or a symbol call where someone is like trying to call you to help out and stuff like that. Now I have all this stuff off, because typically when I have the game closed, I don't really too much care for notifications. Let's see, so I do believe this one is full stamina. This one is a symbol call. This one is cross crisis. and I want to say this one is also a symbol call, but it's a different type of call or something like that. I'm not necessarily sure what this last one is, because this last one it's pretty new. But yeah, basically, like, but I just have all my push notifications off. So remember, all this up here is like background music, sound effects, and then I guess character voices. And then this right here is your graphic settings, and then this right here is your push notifications. This is, again, full stamina, a symbol call, cross crisis, and whatever else that is. I just have everything on off because that's just how it's just easier that way. It's just easier that way, at least for me. So let's see, this one is basically just your information. Has your rank here, your ID and all that, your character that is like your main character, I guess, which mine is Gamma Suit Deku. So there's that. This right here, this is also very important, especially if you're going to transfer your account. So before I begin, if you plan on transferring your account, when you make your code, when you make your transfer code, please, for the love of all that is good, do not delete the game from your original device. Do not delete the game until you have fully transferred your save over to the new device. Okay, like that goes for any game, not just this one. Okay, let me repeat that. If you plan on transferring your game to a new device, when you make your transfer code, do not delete the game from the original device until you have transferred it to the new device. If you delete the game before you transfer, you will lose your save data, it will be gone, and you will have to start over or contact Bandai and see if they can get it back for you. But chances are you're probably gonna have to start over. So again, when you make your transfer code, do not delete the game from the original device until you have transferred it to the new device. So let's go ahead and jump into this menu right here, and if you click on the second option, and basically it gives you your ID down here in this black box. You type in your password, you click OK, and then you click OK again, and then it'll make a transfer code, and then you take that transfer code, and then you basically at the start menu of on your new device, you put in your transfer code, and then you'll transfer and you should be good to go there. I'll probably have screenshots of that on the screen from the Discord, because I can't show you guys actually putting in the code or anything because I'm already in the game, but I'll have screenshots just show you guys what you should be doing when you're transferring your game. So there's that menu. This menu, I have no idea what that is. This takes you to like some sort of other website or whatever. I have no idea what that is. And then this, I don't know what it is either, so it's not really important. So now that we've gone through that menu there, let's talk about what's on the home screen. So the home screen, you have your daily news and stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, whatever. You have your gift box here where you usually get your login bonuses, or your present box rather. And then here is where you get your mission rewards. So when you complete a mission, they'll be here, and you should be good to go there. So that's what those three boxes up there are for. This right here is, I want to say this is a symbol call, but for cross crisis. So, and there's also a yellow one that will appear up here as well. I normally don't click these because I don't too much care, but if you want to, go right ahead. This down here is Sports Fest. So whenever there's like a Sports Fest event going on, there'll usually be a big icon here just to give you a shortcut to Sports Fest. And then down here is the relationship chart, or I guess the relationship diagram. So essentially what this means is every time I use Deku as my leader, and I use like Bakugo and all my sidekicks, right? They basically get like an attack boost, or there's a chance to get an attack boost during each crisis, right? So for Bakugo, I can get a 19% attack boost on my Deku, and then for All Might, I'll get a 22% attack boost on my Deku if it depends though. It depends on the chance. It depends on what your relationship is with them. It starts out at begin, and it goes all the way from begin to light plus to normal plus to good plus to super plus to marvelous. Now, I don't have anyone at marvelous just yet. I'm trying to get there, but for right now, I mean, I have super and super plus as my highest, and I have Momo at normal, and I think I have Himiko at normal as well. So essentially, you're just kind of sort of building a relationship with the characters. So again, because Deku is like the leader, if I use Bakugo as my sidekick 1 and All Might as my sidekick 2, there's a chance that Deku will get an attack boost during each crisis, and they do stack, by the way. So for instance, if I had like Deku with Aizawa has a chance to give him an avoidability boost of 3%. Present Might gives him luck. Ochako gives him defense. Ida gives him avoidability, and you know, so on and so on. This is pretty important, but this is one of those things where it's kind of like you just use characters together enough, and then you'll be good to go. So that's what that's for. Getting people to marvelous is a pain. So I don't know. I don't think anyone is gonna like have every single character on every single chart at marvelous, but if you're able to do it, then you're able to do it. So anyways, that's pretty much the home menu. So let's go ahead and go over to the deck, which you're probably going to spend a lot of your time when it comes to this game. So if we click on the top here, we click on the top, this is basically where you build your team. So you can have a 3-man team, or you can have a single-man team. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 3-man team. So where it says team 1 right here, and it says 2179, that's your team power. Now, when it comes to doing events and stuff, there are events that have a recommended power level, and so if you exceed that power level, then you should be good for that event. And if you're close to that power level, you should be okay. And if the power level is way too high, then I would highly recommend that you don't do it, because you will probably get destroyed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and just talk about this. So let's look at Bakugo. So this icon up here basically allows you to switch the character. So there you go. And I think this basically like sorts them if you really want to sort them. You don't really need to, but if you want to, you can. Let's see. If we click on this right here, the little card looking icon, this essentially shows you all the R factor cards that you have attached to a character. It shows you their stats and stuff. If you go over here, it shows you their passive and stuff as well. And if you go over here, it shows you all the I think it shows you all the other passives that you have on the character from the R factors that are attached to them, I do believe. So so there's that. And then if you click on this little middle button right here, this is where you essentially build your characters. This is where you look at all the R factor, and you're like, okay, yeah, I want to you know, add whatever R factor to whatever. So let's say, for instance, I take off Bakugo's green ultimate. You see my stats went down. If I put this on, it'll basically show you guys, like, you know, like what are your what stats you're adding and stuff like that, and blah 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 blah. So it's basically, that's where you build your character. So if we go ahead and back out now, if we go down here, like I said, you can also check your passives and stuff down here. I do believe this is the character passive, and then this is the R factor passives that you have, or yeah, R factor like effects and stuff. So this down here shows you all three of your attacks, or rather the attacks that you have on the character, which, don't worry, I'll talk about R factor in a little bit. If you click on this little button down here, you can actually change the type of the character as well. Now the thing is that you have to have an R factor card with the corresponding type in order to change that type. So for example, let's say I had no red R factors on my Bakugo. That means my Bakugo cannot be a red type at all. No, unless I put a red R factor on Bakugo, he cannot be a red type. Same for every other attribute in the game. If I have no purple R factor on my Bakugo, I cannot make him purple. So if you want to have a specific type for your character, you need to have a corresponding R factor with that type on that character. So so that's basically that. This button here shows the relationship chart essentially. So I mean, we already talked about that, so we don't really need to know about that. You can have multiple teams. I have multiple teams. I have 3 teams so far. You can have a total of 5 teams. So so there you go there. But yeah, basically yeah, that's pretty much it for this menu here. Hopefully I covered everything over there. So this right here shows you this is where all your, like, I guess characters are, because the way this game works is that you have a character doll and you basically slap cards on that character doll and then you use that doll in a fight. So this is where all the dolls are. And let's see, you can max them out to 6-star if you grind out enough badges, and I'm not necessarily sure the number. I think, let's see, in order to get from 4-star to 5-star you need 100 badges, and to get from 5-star to 6-star you need 300 badges. So yeah, it's definitely a grind to get everybody up to 6 stars. So what I would recommend is, obviously, you know, pick your favorite characters that you want to use, because everybody has a chance to be good in this game. So pick your favorite characters, grind out all of their badges, and then you should be good to go there. There are some characters that only come around during EX events. So for example, this Deku here, he only comes around during an EX event, and so you have to grind out his EX badges, and they aren't currently available right now, but hopefully in the future they'll come back. But that's how that works. Also, each character has their own passive. So as you guys can see, Deku has his own passive. I think he increases crit or something like that. I can't remember. I think he increases crit ratio, something like that. So he crits more basically. Bakugo, he has the chance to lower the defense of the enemy. And then, you know, I'm not sure what All Might does. I don't know. I'll have to like go and look all this up, but basically, yeah, every character has their own individual passive, and then, you know, you stack those passives with the R Factor passives. So that's how that works. But essentially, basically, just get those characters that you want to use to 6 stars. You'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and talk about R Factor. So the first icon there is you leveling up your R Factor. So basically, let's go level up an R Factor. So let's level up this Kamui attack. So first of all, let's talk about R Factors real quick. There are, how do I want to say it? Are there 4 different types of R Factor? Or I guess it'll be 4. So you have your regular R Factor, you have your attacks, you have your dramatic attacks, and then you have your ultimate attacks. So this Ochako right here, this is just a regular R Factor. She doesn't provide any kind of ultimate attack or dramatic attack or just an attack in general. She is purely a stat card, right? She is purely a stat card. And she obviously the card has its own effect right down here, but she is purely stats. That's all she is, and she works for every single character. That's what it means when it says all down there. Now if we were to look at this Shigaraki attack, as you guys can see, there's a fist up in the corner, meaning that this is an attack, right? Usually the cards with the 3D models are all attacks, or they are dramatics. So this is an attack. It has its own passive, and it works for Shigaraki, as you guys can see down here. It has its icon down here, so it works for Shigaraki. But it also provides stats as well. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at a dramatic. So as you guys can see, there is a fist in the corner, but it has a D on it. So that means it's a dramatic attack. And so obviously it provides your stats. It has its own little passive down here, or it has its own little effect or whatever. It also shows you like the SP cost right here as well. And then it shows you who it's for, which is Todoroki. So there's that. And then if we take a look at an ultimate attack, where are my ultimate attacks? Let's take a look at an ultimate attack. So there's a fist in the corner, but now you see a giant U in the corner as well. So that means it's an ultimate. Ultimates are usually really good because they provide really good stats. They have really good effects, and then, you know, they're for a specific character. So for example, I think the effect down here will work for Kirishima, but even if, like, let's say for instance I put this Kirishima card on Momo will still get the stats from she'll still get the stats from the card, but she won't get the attack. So like if you want the actual attack, you have to put this card on a Kirishima, and you have to put it in one of the first 3 slots of the R factor or R factor slots for it to be an attack, and it tells you that. So let me go ahead and go back and let me tell you what I mean by that. So if we go back up here, as you guys can see, the top three slots up here are your attack slots. So if I were to put this All Might down here where this Bakugo is at, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Now suddenly I don't have an attack anymore. So you have to put the attack in one of the first 3 slots in order for the attack to show up and for you to use said attack. So that's how that works. So anyways, let's go ahead and go back out. So now let's go back in. We go down here. Let's level up this Kamui card. So you can use other R factor to level up a card. Now I wouldn't recommend doing that. What I would recommend doing is, obviously if it's the same exact R factor, yes, do that, because as you guys can see, there is a level to his attack. So right now it's at level 2, which means that I've already fed a Kamui R factor dupe into this card. So that's basically what dupes are used for in this game. Now with that being said, I wouldn't recommend stacking ultimates like that. Definitely keep every single ultimate you have. Like I have 2 Aizawa ultimates down here, and I'm pretty sure I have 4 Dabi ultimates right here. I didn't feed any of them into each other or anything like that because, you know, they provide good stats. Like keep them as stat cards. Ultimates and dramatics. Well, I guess for dramatics, no, even for dramatics, I'll keep them around just in case. I don't know, but basically, if it's like a really basic attack, feed it into each other. If it's not a basic attack, don't do it because you want the card for stats. Anyways, so this is the R factor side of leveling up your R factors. This is using the drinks and stuff. So you have your elemental juices or whatever this is, and then you have your rainbow juices that that just work very, very well. So if we were to do this, then bam, boom, bam, click yes. Now my Kamui is level 30. So my Kamui R factor, the whole card is level 30, but his attack is only at level 2. So there's that. So if we go back out and we go to the second thing on the R factor menu, this is where you awaken your R factor, so then they can reach like 4-star, 5-star, or 6-star, and it'll tell you like what you can and can't do. So right now you see that there's like a red caution sign, or not caution, but a red exclamation point on everything. That means that I can't awaken them just yet, but I can awaken this Kamui. So wow, I did a lot of grinding and I had no idea, because they drop these like, they drop them like candy, I don't know. Anyways, so I can make my Kamui into a 4-star R factor by using 20 of these drinks and 15 of these drinks. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and it also takes gold as well, obviously. So now my Kamui is 4-star, and now I have to level him up from level 1 back to level 40, and then from there I can awaken him again to 5 stars. So but anyways, that's essentially, you know, leveling up your card and then awakening your cards. So this down here basically just shows you all of your cards. You can set it, you can obviously filter it and stuff. I tend to use this third one here because it just shows me all of my max R factors according by type and like their stars and stuff like that. And then if I just keep going down, you can just see just like how everything is basically sorted out and stuff. So this just shows you all of your R factor basically. And then the last one down here is where you sell your R factor. Now when you sell your R factor, you get 2 things. You get coins, which are down here, and you get these little blue hive looking things, and those blue hive looking things can be exchanged at the shop for items like sodas and level up juice or whatever it is, and things like that, and also can be exchanged for free to play R factors as well. So definitely keep that in mind. But again, you know, I wouldn't really sell all of your R factor, but if you have like a lot of dupes and stuff that you really don't need, so for example, if you're grinding out an EX event and for whatever reason you have a lot of dupes of an R factor that you don't want, sell it and then trade the blue stuff in for things that you need. So that's pretty much it for the deck menu. So let's go ahead and go over to Patrol and let's check out Patrol. So Patrol is pretty self-explanatory. So up here is probably where you're going to be spending most of your time, because first of all, your drinks and your sodas or whatever are here. So this is, again, this is like your level up drink, and then this is your awakening drink, and you need you need these in order to awaken your R factor. So you're definitely gonna be spending a lot of time here, and then down here is where all of your badges are. So this is where you do all your badge grinding and everything. What they really need is a repeat button, but you know, whatever, it's cool. But yeah, you're gonna be spending a lot of time in this one. This is Cross Crisis. Basically, treat Cross Crisis as if it was time limited from Smash Tap, except it's not nearly as bad. So this is the multiplayer part of the game. So this is the only multiplayer part of the game. Everything else is literally single player, but this part, the Cross Crisis, is the multiplayer part. It is the 5-player co-op part. You can but the way it works is really weird. Is you don't sit in a lobby, right? You go ahead and you start your run, and then you, like, when you start your run, you can turn on your assemble call, and you can sort it out by type as well. So for instance, this is a purple Cross Crisis. So if you want to, you know, go through this Cross Crisis easily, you would want yellow units, right? Because yellow is more effective against purple, but at the same time, purple is also more effective against yellow, so they kind of cancel each other out. So whatever. But see, I think this is red, blue, green, yellow, purple. So this is, so if I wanted to do this Cross Crisis and only have yellow units show up, or yellow friends show up, then this is what I would do. So of course I don't want to do that, so I'm not going to. Also, when you do Cross Crisis, you don't bring a team of 3, you bring a team of 1, because again, it's multiplayer, and so 4 other players will possibly join you on this event. But the thing is that there's no lobby. You just go in and you start fighting, and they join as you're fighting. So just hope and pray you survive before they show up, you know? So yeah, story mode is story mode. And then down here is usually either whatever event is running right now. Right now it's Sports Fest. So there you go. I have no idea what these little walkie-talkies are. And the book here basically just kind of shows you what you've been through as far as story, I think. So there you go. So yeah, I don't think I think the help things allow you to just go in and do a random like quest or whatever. So bam, there you go. And yeah, if we go over to the shop, also don't worry, I'm gonna go into the actual game and show you guys like strategy and stuff like that as well. So this is the shop. Right here is where you get your hero souls and stuff. Right here is where you can exchange your gems for stamina replenishing items and stuff. So there you go. And then this down here allows you to increase your box space by using hero souls. So if you use 1 hero soul, you can increase it by 10. Wow, really? That's not bad. That's not bad. But they give you a lot of space anyway, so you're fine. And if you go over here, so you remember those blue things I was talking about, the blue hive things? This is where you exchange them. So you can get the elemental drinks, you can get the elemental sodas or whatever you want to call them. And then if you go over here, you can get free to play R factor, but they cost like 500, 600 each. You know, here is a free time limited Shigaraki, what's his name? Aizawa R factor that you can get for 600 of the blue things. and then again you can just get the free-to-play R Factor. And then this over here is Sports Fest, essentially. So this is only around during Sports Fest or some other event that allows you to collect points and exchange those points. So that's basically the shop. And then the Gacha tab is literally just that. This is where all the banners are. So as you see, there are a ton of banners out right now. And then if you go over to the second tab, this is where you can actually summon for badges, by the way. So if you don't feel like doing the grind, you can actually summon for badges. I wouldn't recommend it because that is a waste of hero souls, so definitely don't do that. Just grind them out because you get levels and stuff like that. You build your rank, you build your stamina and all of that. So yeah, don't do this. I made that mistake when I started this game. Don't do it. Just do not summon on this banner. This is useless. This is useless because it's random as well. So you're not even guaranteed. Like the one that you want. Like I was doing this for Deku badges, and I'm like, it took me forever to get a Deku badge, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, no. And this down here, you can summon. It looks like you can not summon. You can exchange points or whatever for like drinks and stuff, and like level up items, awakening items, and stamina recovery items and stuff. And then if you go down here, this is where all the ticket banners are at. So 5-star ticket, 4-star ticket, regular gacha ticket, another 4-star ticket. So boom, there you go. So now we have all that out of the way. So let's go ahead and let's take on, let's do a purple run. So let's do a purple run. I'm gonna do the highest stamina. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to, let's see, change you to yellow. Do I have any yellow? I do have a yellow R factor on you. Nice. Do I have any yellow R factor on you? I do. Nice. Okay, we're good. So as you guys can see right here, the recommended power level for this Todoroki run for the purple soda is 1684. Now my team power is 2179, so I am more than enough. I have more than enough power to complete this event. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into this event. And so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about like the way the fighting works in this game. So it's kind of meh. You're basically just gonna be sitting back and watching your characters do their work, right? That's essentially what you're gonna do. So let's hurry up and load in, please. All right, so let's see. So let's see if it works. Ah, there you go. So we got a boost. We got an attack boost. So as you guys see, there's semi-auto and there's auto. Semi-auto, basically, they're gonna punch and kick, and you have to be the one to push your specials. So for example, I just did my ultimate attack right there, right? But if you go on full auto, they'll do their own specials, and they'll do their own specials. They'll hit their own rising meter as well. Also, if you guys don't know what rising meter is essentially what you do is you fight, and as you fight, you build that meter. Once you build that meter, you go into rising mode. When you go into rising mode, you do more damage, you hit faster, it looks like. And then not only that, but at the same time, your SP recovers much faster, so that allows you to spam more specials. So basically, you want to be in rising mode like a lot, essentially. So that's why I tend to just full auto, because the minute that you get your rising meter, the game will automatically put you in rising mode. You know, if it gets the chance to, it'll put you in rising mode. So that's basically that right there. So before this begins, let me go ahead and click on the strategy tab and tell you guys what the strategy tab is. So you can have your characters act a certain way or go after a certain enemy, because you can't just like, you can't lock on to like what you want to the normal way, right? So you have to do it this way. So the first option here is normal. So basically they'll just attack as normal. Like if there's someone in their face, they'll attack them. Basically, this is a normal strategy. This is what I tend to use most of the time. The second one is alpha priority. Basically, they'll attack the strongest boss, right? This is really aggressive. Now personally, like, I wouldn't do that, because while all your characters will jump the boss, like they will jump them, it becomes a problem because all of the mob enemies around you are going to attack you, and when they attack you and they hit you, you stop attacking completely. So yeah, You don't, I mean, so like, unless you want to muscle your way through or you're able to take out the boss very, very quickly, I wouldn't really recommend this. Well, let me not say I wouldn't recommend it. I would say have like maybe your strongest character have this option check marked or whatever, or selected, and then have everyone else take out the mobs, right? So that's alpha priority. This one is multi-sweep. So let's see. Okay, so this one attacks all enemies evenly. I'm reading this off of the Discord, by the way. Let's see. This one is conservative, so it reduces skill use to charge up SP. So basically, they won't use their dramatics, they won't use their ultimates, or just their attacks in general. They'll try to conserve their SP. Abnormal alert increases awareness for abnormal effects, so things like float. I think my game just crashed, or my emulator just crashed. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, so we're back. I don't know what happened there. So anyways, as I was saying, so the conservative effect, basically it reduces the skill use to charge up SP. This one is abnormal alert, so it basically increases awareness for abnormal effects, so things like freeze, burn, I think burn is in this game, freeze, burn, float. Yeah, float. Let's see, and then any other abnormal effects that can happen to a character. And then this last one is team support, so they basically provide team support that are running low on SP or HP, essentially. So I've never used this last option. Well, I've used the last option for Momo, but I don't know, it feels like Momo just works better like with the normal thing on it, because she'll still use her healing as, you know, as she needs to. But I don't know, like normally I'll either have the first one selected, or I'll have like the third one selected. I never really use like any of these bottom ones really. So anyways, let's go ahead and back out of this, because like I really don't too much care about this run, because my run was interrupted anyway. So, and I completely forgot to talk about this. Let's talk about what the stats are, right? Let's talk about actual like stats and stuff, because I totally forgot to tell you guys what's what. So HP, we know that's your health basically. SP, that's your, I guess, special power or special points, I guess. So basically this allows you to use your attacks, like your dramatics, your ultimates, and your regular attacks, right? Your attack stat is your attack stat, your defense stat is your defense stat, your hit stat is essentially like I guess if I want to call it something, it's accuracy. So essentially, the higher your hit stat, the better your accuracy is, so then you won't miss your attacks, because yes, you can miss your dramatics, you can miss your ultimates, you can miss your attacks. You don't want to miss your attacks. So hit is, you know, that's what hit is. Avoidability is basically you dodging attacks. So the higher your avoidability is, the more attacks you'll dodge from the enemy. And your luck is basically crit. So the higher your luck, the higher your luck, the higher chance you have to crit. So there you go. So that's basically the stats of a card. I totally forgot to talk about that when it came to R factor, so that is my bad, you guys. That is my bad. But there you guys go. That's essentially it when it comes to this game. Like, this game is not a hard game to pick up. Literally what you do is, or literally all you do is you farm the badges for your character dolls that you're gonna use. You build your team and you level up and awaken your R factor, and you slap R factor cards onto your characters. And if you want your characters to use like ultimates and dramatics and like regular attacks and stuff, then you have to put the corresponding card onto the correct character and make sure it's in one of the first 3 slots, so in that way it'll show up as an attack when you go to use that character and stuff. And that's really all you do. And if you want to make your team power a lot higher, basically just level up and awaken more R factor as you go, and you know, put stronger R factor cards on your characters. and then you should be good to go there, and your team power will definitely keep rising and stuff like that as well. Because I remember starting the game and like I had like maybe 1,000, like 1,300 team power. Now I have 2,179, and that's just from playing the game. I want to get like as high as possible. I want to see if I can like break like 2,500 or something like that. I think that would be really cool, but we'll see how that goes. But anyways, that is basically it for the guide. It is a very long video. I truly apologize about the crashing and stuff as well. I did not mean for that to happen, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try to have like some sort of I guess table of contents or like an outline or like timestamps for you guys. I'll try to have timestamps for you guys so then that way you guys know where everything is at if you need any kind of help or whatever. And yeah, there you guys go. But hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, do not forget to Detroit smash that like button down below to show your support. In the description below, be sure to check out the Smash Rising Discord and Twitter, especially the Discord, so you can stay up to date with the game and get help with the game and all that good stuff, because there might be things in this game that I have no idea about that the Smash Rising Discord will know about. So definitely check them out, check it out, join in on the Discord and all of that. In the comments below, let me know if this video helped you guys out. Let me know how's the game going for you. What is your team power? What's your team? What's your what team do you use? What characters do you use? And yeah, what characters are you looking forward to when it comes to this game? And if you're new around here, like Smash Rising and other gacha games, consider hitting that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so you don't miss another upload here on the channel. But with that, I am out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.